Can we have a good pump soon in Algorand? In today's video, I'm going to check out this part of the price action in Algorand's chart and show you some potentially good signs indicating that we might actually see a decent move up soon. So with that said, hi everyone, welcome back. I hope you're having a great time with your family and loved ones. And let's just dive in and zoom in here and see what is happening. Now, first, I want to be very clear. I usually do not use a whole lot of trend lines, but if you're interested in them, well, okay, what do we have in here? I would say a decent downtrend right in here. Now, here's the thing. This downtrend has been touched. Let's just do this and also do this. Okay. How many times? 1, 2, 3, 4 times we touched this area, and every time we got some sort of a reaction from it. Now, a lot of analysts say that whenever we touch a trend line or a support / resistance area, that means that region or that line is just getting more and more important. However, I just do not believe that is the case. Now, here's the thing. In my opinion, the more times that we touch a area or maybe a trend line, the weaker it gets, and it does actually get a bit more important when we get a break of that region. Okay, this is a very important point. So what am I trying to say in here? Basically, because we touched this trend line 4 times, I'm gonna argue this is now a bit weak, and now we should count on getting a break of it and continue this move on the upside in Algorand. This is the first sign that suggests we might actually be bullish in the short term. Do we have some other signs? The answer is yes. Let's measure this move down starting from this high and maybe ending to about here. How long did it take? As you can see, somewhere around, let's say 420 candlesticks. On the other hand, how long did this move operate in here, starting from this point around 35 cents to all the way up here around 48 cents? Take about, let's say, 230 candlesticks. So what's the message in here? You see, despite having way more than enough time, in this phase, seems like that we are failing to completely cover this move down right in here. And to me, this suggests that probably bulls do actually have the upper hand and bears are not that strong. And as a result of it, once more, we may see some decent moves on the upside in Algorand's chart. So far, I showed you 2 very important reasons that suggest in Algorand, we can actually expect a pump soon. And I want to be very clear. This doesn't work all the time, and I am certainly not the one claiming to be 100% right. If you're looking for someone like that, I should definitely tell you right now, please do not watch my channel. And if you are sub, please unsubscribe, because I'm here only trying to get it right 6 out of 10 times, and that is definitely it. And this might very well be one of the 4 times that I am right. I'm not claiming anything. I'm just trying to show you the bullish signs that I'm seeing in here. Now, in terms of Elliott Waves, we also do have some bullish signs. You see, if you are a new viewer, because I know about 85% of you in each video are new viewers, you should know that if you want to argue, for example, we're going to have our final bottom somewhere around here. Maybe this is like a very important support. Then, okay, we need to be able to find off of the lowest low in this region, a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave up. This specific example is a normal 5 wave. The rules for it are, we should not have overlapping of the waves between wave 2 and 4 and in any kind of impulsive structure. Wave 3 should not be the smallest wave, and for sub waves, if you are a regular viewer, you know it. We must have 5 wave up into wave 1, 3, and 5. Let's just draw the waves real quick. There we go. And for wave 2 and 4, we can have different scenarios. Doesn't really matter. Let's say, yep, ABC structure into our wave 4 and the WXY into wave 2. Understood? Okay, because we are now going to zoom in a bit more on the live chart and see what is happening, and can we find some sort of a bullish scenario. And we have been talking about this thing, I think, since the previous video. You see, I can definitely show you a 5 wave up in here and tell you this is a correction in form of an ABC, and followed by that, this is a very, very clear 5 wave on the upside. And you might say, well, okay, can we have in here, for example, a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave up, and since we are having in this area overlapping of the waves between are supposedly wave 4 and 2, maybe this is going to be like an expanding leading diagonal. Well, the answer is yes, we can have that possibility, but I'm leaning towards having a series of 1-2s in this case. You see, I'm thinking maybe this is a 1, this is a 2, and then we're going to get big move up into wave 3, 4, 5. And then at that point, this orange 5 wave up is actually going to be into a larger degree wave 3, and then we're going to have correction for 4 and even another move up into wave 5. And in this phase, if we are indeed going to have something like this in Algorand, from here we can expect about maybe like 100 to maybe 150% move on the upside. I think that is definitely possible. So in terms of Elliott waves, we also do have the right structures for a decent pump, but every single scenario should have a very important invalidation point, and I definitely do have that, and it's going to be taking this low in here about, let's say, 37 cents. So if in the next couple of days you see a move down in Algorand from here or maybe a bit higher, doesn't really matter, in order to take this low, at that point we're going to say the bullish scenario in the short term is not going to be unfortunately in play. And this doesn't mean that overall we are bearish. No, absolutely not. I fully believe that this whole move down is just going to be a corrective movement, and after it's over we are going to have a huge move on the upside. It's just the fact that if we take this low, maybe this correction is going to take a bit more time relative to the previous possibility. You see, in the mid to long term, I am 1000% bullish. Please do not get it twisted. I'm just trying to, in this video, check out the short-term structures. In the mid to long term, we are having, I would say, probably the most clear impulsive movement in the crypto space from the lowest low. What do we have in Algorand? 5 wave up, a very clear one with all the subwaves into a wave 1. This is a wave 2, and this is, believe it or not, just the beginning of a huge wave 3, and then we're gonna have correction for 4, another move up into wave 5, and I do believe that this whole move on the upside is going to happen in this cycle on Algorand's price chart. So one way or the other, mid to long term, I am absolutely bullish on Algorand, and I'm not here to sell you anything. No, please do your research and come up with your own conclusion. I have done mine. In terms of fundamentals, I think Algorand is going to be a huge winner in the future. And in terms of technical analysis, and in my field of work, especially Elliott waves, this looks fantastic. So I want to be very clear, no matter what's going to happen in the short term, overall, I am absolutely bullish. Now, if you are not like me, and for example, you believe that from this high, we are actually going to go down in order to set new lows, and we're not going to have a bull run anymore, then okay, you need to be able to find off of the highest high a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave down. And the main key in here is this: wave 3 under any kind of circumstances should not be the smallest wave. And here's a question: how exactly are you going to be able to find a 5 wave down to about here? The answer is you just cannot find it. Now, this means there's a very high chance in Algorand in this region we are having a corrective movement, but it's not absolutely 100% confirmed yet. When will it get confirmed? When we get a move up from here or maybe a bit lower, doesn't really matter, in order to take this high about, let's say, 52 cents. At that point, there is going to be, I would say, pretty much no shot for us to be able to find an impulse in here. And we just have to say, look, in Algorand, in this move down, we're just having a simple corrective movement, and after it's over, or maybe it's over already, we are going to get a huge continuation of the move up, maybe from here a 100% move on the upside. Again, I fully believe this is possible. So let's have our final conclusion and wrap up today's video. The current move down in Algorand, in my opinion, looks quite weak, and this shows maybe right now bulls do actually have the upper hand, and soon we might see a decent pump coming in. Now, the invalidation point for the whole bullish scenario just in the short term in Algorand, please pay attention, this is very important, just in the short term, is going to be taking this low, and as long as we're not taking it, we are definitely allowed to be bullish and say this is a 1, 2, and this is another 1 or 2 on a higher degree, which means soon we are going to see a decent pump in order to complete the subwaves for a wave 3 and then 4 and then 5. And if you want to wait to have a very strong bullish sign, then okay, you need to see Algorand taking this high right in here, and at that point you're going to be able to be bullish with a lot more confidence. For me, doesn't really matter one way or the other. I am pretty much convinced that this whole move is a corrective movement, and after it's over, or maybe it's over already, we're going to get a big move up and there is just nothing to be worried about. So I hope I explained everything well and you understood what is going on in Algorand's chart. Anyway, if you found any value in my content, I would really appreciate if you like this video and consider subscribing to my channel and follow me on Twitter. And if you want more, maybe you want a complete analysis for your own specific crypto, or maybe you want to learn some decent TA in order to be able to make good money in the markets, you can become a member and ask me anything you want. And until the next video, I hope you have a wonderful time. Goodbye.